Hey, happy hump day, CJ Curry here, talking some more NBA player props today. We're back to basketball after covering some baseball in yesterday's video. If you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now. We're on our way to 30,000 subs. I want to get there by the end of the NBA season. It would be a huge accomplishment for me and my goals here in growing the channel. So if you know somebody who's into player props, NBA, MLB is our focus right now, share the channel with them and share these videos with as many people as possible. I appreciate you in advance for doing so. You may want to also ring that bell, turn on all notifications so that way you're not left out in the cold when a new piece of content drops here on the channel. But let's get into the giveaway. We've been giving away a free month of Dub Club in each one of these videos. Basically, if you're a subscriber to the channel, you've hit the like button for me, and you've commented your favorite player prop of the day, and that player prop ends up being a winning pick, well, then you could be like this person, Germ187, who just won themselves a free month of Dub Club, a $20 value. Congratulations to you. His comment was Deni Avdija, over 22.5 points, and Avdija did go well over 22.5 points. So if you tailed Germ, well, then you probably cashed out on this pick as well. So Germ, just slide down to the description of today's video. Jump in our Discord if you're not already in there. It's free for you to join the Discord. We've got bots and different things set up in there to help you with some player prop research throughout the day. And anyway, shoot me a DM, and then we'll get you set up with that link so you can get your free month of Dub Club on the house. Congratulations to you, Germ. Let's get into today's picks. I don't know if you guys have taken a look at today's NBA slate, but there's 9 games, and 7 of the 9 games have blowouts of 11 or more points, a spread of 11 or more points. It's ugly, y'all. This is the time of the season where bad teams want to be real bad. Good teams pretty much know where they are as far as seeding for the playoffs and stuff. And so you're getting a lot of good teams versus a lot of bad teams tonight. There's just no two ways around it. But what we can do to kind of combat some of these blowouts is go first half only. Now, first half can be a little bit wild and unpredictable, but hey, so can a lot of other bets. But what we could do is go like first half only, and then, you know, we can hopefully cash out in the first half and then not have to worry about these guys not playing their full complement of minutes because of a blowout. So let's look at the first pick. It's going to be Jaylen Duren. By the way, we're over here on PrizePicks. I don't know of too many sites outside of maybe PrizePicks, Underdog, that offer first half only NBA player props. So if you're not on PrizePicks yet, you should definitely think about joining. But this is just another one of the reasons why I enjoy playing PrizePicks plays. But I'm looking at the over here on Jaylen Duren at 7 first half points. He's going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Oklahoma City is expected to beat the brakes off of the Detroit Pistons. Detroit already without Jaden Ivey for a while now. Cade Cunningham's been on the injured list. And then they've got a number of different guys that are suspended, including Isaiah Stewart, which hopefully means all the minutes that Jaylen Duren can handle. As long as he stays out of foul trouble, he should have a pretty reasonable shot at getting at least 7 or more points. Now, why do I say that? Well, because I took a peek here at Jaylen Duren over the last 20 games or so, games in which he's had at least 7 or more points. And he's done this in 65% of the last 20 games in which he's appeared. He's averaging right around 8.25 first half points over that 20-game span. Now, things get even sweeter here when you look at the last 10 games for Jaylen Duren. He's had 7 or more points in 8 out of 10 games, 80% hit rate, 9.2 first half point per game average. So I kind of like this matchup here. We've seen him get it done against some really tough teams that are usually pretty good against the center position, teams like Minnesota with Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle, teams like Cleveland with Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. He was able to go over against both of those squads. Teams like Miami with Ware and Adebayo. So some pretty tough matchups in which he has gone over. I would call those equivalent or similar matchups to the matchup that he'll have tonight against the Oklahoma City Thunder. So again, hopefully Jaylen Duren is getting his hands on the basketball and can put it in the hoop, 3 to 4 times for us. Get to the free throw line maybe once or twice, knock down a couple of those, and hit this 7 or more point line. But anyway, there's not really any first half projections that you can kind of hang your hat on. But what we can do is slide over here and look at his full game points projection, maybe slice that number in half and get a rough estimate on if Jaylen Duren is projecting well or not. So let's go over to shot quality and do that now. We'll look at Jaylen Duren's full game points, 17.5 points. That is a really strong projection because if you look at the first half points for Jaylen Duren, he's projected for what, 7 points on PrizePicks, which means maybe about 14 total points for the game. So the shot quality projection for Jaylen Duren is at 17.5, so that's about a 3.5 point difference. So there should be plenty of cushion here for Jaylen Duren to get you that number that you need, about 8 points, being that he's projected for about 17.5 points over on shot quality. Like I said, it's not a perfect science, but it could be a way for us to kind of get close to a first half projection for Jaylen Duren. But nonetheless, he is projecting pretty well for the points. The next pick that I wanted to take a look at is Trae Young. Now, Trae Young is going to be on a back-to-back tonight. Played Portland last night. And he's done a really good job of staying under 20.5 first half points, rebounds, and assists. So this is an underplay for me. Like I said, he's on a back-to-back. That typically does affect players negatively. He traveled from Portland over to Dallas overnight. So maybe a little bit of jet lag, maybe a little bit of fatigue playing a factor. But yeah, 20.5 first half PRA. Let's take a look at the numbers over on outlier.bet. Now, I've kind of turned off some of these filters, some of the filters that I'm using here. I took Clint Capella, Jalen Johnson. I checkmarked both of them. These are games played without Capella and Jalen Johnson. Obviously, two of the key players for the Atlanta Hawks are both out. Then I kind of looked at some of the games where guys like Dyson Daniels, Nikola have played. And then you're kind of left with this 19-game sort of game log here. And he's only gone over in 3 out of those 19 games, meaning 84% of the time, he is staying under 20.5 points, rebounds, and assists according to Outlier's data here, which is pretty cool. Now, you could go in here and you could go a little further. You could turn on games where he's played alongside of Karis LeVert if you wanted to, narrow it down even more. Now you've only got 11 games, but he stayed under this 20.5 first half points, rebounds, and assists prop in 9 out of those 11 games. So only 2 games where he's gone over. One was against Washington, not a very good defense. And then he had a big game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, in terms of head-to-head matchups versus the Dallas Mavericks, well, the last 2 times that he's faced Dallas, once was January 26, 2024. So that was from last season. He only had 18 first half points, rebounds, and assists in that matchup. And then more recently from this season, back at the end of November, 19 first half points, rebounds, and assists against Dallas in that game. So kind of gives you a little bit of information. You guys do with this information what you will, but let's take a look at the full game PRA projection for Trae Young and see kind of what happens when we slice that number in half. So we go over here to the PRA on the shot quality projections. He's projected for about 41 PRA, so that's about 20.5 coincidentally. 20.5 is a pretty sharp number, I guess, here for Trae Young, but being that his tendencies are to start out slow and go under on the points, rebounds, and assists, and he's going up against a Dallas team that's healthier than they've been in a long time with Anthony Davis, Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington, all expected to play. Spencer Dinwiddie, Klay Thompson. I mean, they've got the full gamut of players. I think I'm going to stick with the under here on Trae Young, who has done that, stayed under in 73% of the 70 games that he's appeared in this season. So there's your second play, Trae Young under 20.5 first half PRA. And then we're going to go to the third play, which is going to be Nikola Jokic. Now, Jokic is sitting out here for first half points at 14.5. You could go that route, or you can take the first half PRA at 25. I think I'm going for the over here on the first half points, rebounds, and assists. Yes, he might be tired. This might be a game where he is fatigued. They did, in fact, play a, double overtime game, I think it was last night. Dropped 61 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. So hopefully he got a good night's sleep. Hopefully he's resting and got plenty of therapy and treatment for his body, and he's ready to go tonight. But this one looks like a really nice play here against San Antonio, one of the teams that is giving up the most points, rebounds, and assists to opposing centers in all of the associations. So in terms of matchup on paper, this one is exactly what you would want to see for a guy like Nikola Jokic, who can absolutely fill it up becoming the third player in NBA history to have a 60-point triple-double last night, joining the likes of James Harden and Luka Doncic. So pretty elite company. But take a look at the numbers here for Nikola Jokic. We're looking at games in which he's had at least 25 or more first half points, rebounds, and assists. Here's what he's done this season. 71% hit rate. Gotta love that. 46 out of 65 games, he's had at least 25 first half points, rebounds, and assists. He's averaging about 27 first half PRA for the season. So Jokic absolutely, obviously filling it up. Over the last 20 games, he's crushed it. 80% hit rate, 16 out of 20 games. He has had at least 25 or more first half PRA, 28.4 first half PRA average in that span. Now, we mentioned that he's going to be on a back-to-back. So let's take a look at the games where he has played on a back-to-back. So this is back-to-backs, meaning 0 days of rest in games in the first half. Here's what we're left with. 83% hit rate. 10 out of 12 times he has gone for 25 or more first half PRA when playing on a back-to-back. Now you can take this a step further and look at back-to-back games and games played at home. Here's what you're left with. A couple of very close calls. Finished with 24 first half PRA. Another 24 first half PRA against Utah and Phoenix. And he's got 26, 31, and 36 in the more recent games. So Nikola Jokic, definitely capable. We know what this guy can do here of clearing 25 or more first half points, rebounds, and assists. And as I mentioned, the matchup is going to be a very good one here. No team is really giving up as many, maybe the Washington Wizards, I should say, maybe Washington. No team is giving up more than the San Antonio Spurs besides maybe Washington to opposing centers when it comes to points, rebounds, and assists. They rank 29th in points allowed, 18th in rebounds allowed, and 15th in assists allowed. And in terms of the head-to-head matchups against San Antonio, well, Jokic has absolutely dominated. The last 6 times that he's played San Antonio, he's had at least 25 or more first half points, rebounds, and assists in 5 out of 6 games. That's an 83% hit rate, and he averages an impressive 27.1 first half PRA. So there you go. Nikola Jokic for more than 25 first half points, rebounds, and assists. But now's the time of the video where I turn things over to you folks. What do you guys think of these picks? Loving them, hating them? Do you have a pick of your own that you're feeling confident in? Would you like to win a free month of Dub Club? Just comment it down in the comments section below. If you're a subscriber, if you hit the like button, if I choose your comment randomly and that pick ends up being a winning pick, then you could be the next winner of a free month of Dub Club, where you can get all the picks, plays, and parlays that myself and the rest of the community are playing each and every day. Good luck. We will see you in the next video real soon. Peace.